Matthew's saying, when do you think Americans are going to leave Afghanistan? And do you think it's a good idea for U.S. troops to leave? Because a lot of Americans want our troops home. I don't know when they're going to leave, but they should have left years ago.
Yeah, they also can't leave, right?
They can't leave. Yeah, it's really it's a damned if you do, damn if you don't situation. So you might as well leave. You know what I mean? Like this is like I don't know. It's like it's the thing is that when you do leave, it's going to cause a lot of death. Okay,
It's going to get worse.
but it's going to get really bad when you leave. But it's also really bad when you stay because of there's is. But given how bad it is that you stay or you don't stay, you might as well just leave. You know what I mean?
No,
But
it's worse if
I
you
don't know.
leave.
It's like it's actually it's going to be really bad when they leave. God,
Look, this is a place where there is a cesspool of stuff and planning, and where people can run amok and they can plan things against. This is from an American national interest point of view. They plan things against the U.S. And if it's let to fester, it just keeps going worse and worse and worse. And you saw what happened in 9/11. It's not like those things can't happen again. The U.S. presence there is just to ensure and to keep a watch on everything and to be aware of everything that is going on over there. That's why the U.S. presence is there, and to quash anything that happens very, very early on. So they have to stay there. They cannot leave. They will never leave. They will not leave.
It's so difficult though because it's such a giant waste of so much resources, and there are people that are dying because they're there. So many people. But if they leave, there's going to be even more people that are going to die because they left, and Taliban's just going to take over, and it's going to it's just there's no right answer. There's no right answer to this. Like I don't know. Like I don't envy the people that have to. Like it's not. Yeah. Do you agree? Like it's just such a the fact that they're there is causing such a giant mess, but them leaving is going to cause another. So if you want to endorse them leaving, then if they leave, the slaughter and the blood that is going to be filling the streets is going to be you endorsed it. You know what I mean? So maybe maybe it's better to just say like I don't know, right? Like I don't know. How about that? I don't know.
I actually think it is going to be worse for them if they leave, but. This was one of the objectives of, say, Osama bin Laden, who said that it wasn't. I mean, he knew he couldn't bring down the whole U.S. by, bombing 2 skyscrapers. Right? That wasn't going to happen. But the way that he could bring down the U.S., according to his sort of goal, like the plan that he was to bleed them dry, like have them spread so far and so all over the world that they had very limited resources to act anywhere with any kind of impact, any kind of serious impact. So it was one of the goals, and unfortunately, it's a necessity. I mean, there's still in a lot of countries where they're not needed anymore, but I just don't think they can leave. I think it's worse if they leave.
I'm just saying, what are your opinions about Tulsi Gabbard? She's an anti-establishment insider, but a pathetic apologist for Assad. And yes, actually, and Modi. Yes, those are the main things I know about her. Also, she came out against some trans stuff recently. I don't know if that's a big deal or not. But yes, the main thing I hate about her is like her defense of Assad and Modi. What do you think, Ellie?
Yeah, I'm not. I think that she's. I agree with this. I just think that she's an apologist for like Assad.
Being an outsider doesn't mean anything good. As Trump is an outsider.
Yeah, I don't. This anti-establishment. If your establishment is actually a good thing and it's sane, and your outsiders are idiots, then it's whether you're an outsider or not doesn't really make a difference. I think that's just a dumb way to look at things.
Katie, you want to read this one?
Yeah. When was the first time you came to know about the concept of irreligion and that there are people who do not believe in gods? It took me years to realize that, even as an atheist. Good question. You have one? When was the first time? Go for it.
I was the first person that I knew of that didn't believe in God. That I know, like in real life, right? Because The only two people that we were told in school about other people who don't believe in God was Marx and Freud, and both of them were like a warning. So basically, when I became an atheist myself, the only atheist I knew was Marx, Freud, and myself. I didn't know any other atheists. And then the only reason why I found other atheists is because I decided to make an online community to see if there's anybody else like me that doesn't believe in God. And that's how Atheist Republic was born. So because I made like a group for atheists to find each other, and it just grew so many. I realized, wow, there's so many of us. What about you?
Yeah, for me, it's I wrote about this in the last chapter of my book. The first time I met somebody, I was in 8th grade. There's a Swedish kid who sat in front of me, and we were talking, and I said something about God, and he's like, "Oh, okay," and he didn't really care. He was just like, "Yeah, we don't believe in God." I'm like, "What do you mean we?" He's like, "My family." Is like, "Your mom and dad don't either?" He's like, "No." Like, then what? Then the first thing I asked him was like, "Then you can do anything you want to? You like kill people? You can do everything?" And he's like, "No, of course you can't." I said, "Well, why not?" And he said, "Because it's the wrong thing to do." And that was an epiphany for me. I still remember the conversation. I was like, "Oh, wow, yeah, that's right. You still wouldn't do those things because they're just the wrong thing to do, even if you don't believe in God."
Katie is asking, Ali's quite choppy. Are we getting New Year, new Ali's connection next month? No, Ali got a new connection, but apparently, given that it's choppy today as well, that means that this whole time the problem was not his connection, it's his computer, right?
I get this new connection. I got a new place. I got all of this stuff just to fix this, and then it turns out it was my computer. So I'm gonna actually, I'll have to. That's the resolution for the new year.
Okay. Do you think we could get a new computer by next episode?
I don't think so. I just moved here, so I have to paste things. But here's the thing: like my Zoom works. My other StreamYard thing that when I do my personal thing, that's actually quite smooth. It's just on this StreamYard because I think we have a different plan, right, Armin?
We have the highest plan that we need.
Like in terms of resolution and all that.
Oh yeah. We're doing HD. That's why maybe.
Okay, HD. That possibly is it.
We got the plan that gets us to we upgraded so we could do HD. Yeah.
Yeah, because so I do work from home. I've been doing that for like.
Must be heavy on your CPU, so you need a better computer.
Yeah, I need another computer. Okay.
Oh, okay. Wait, where is it? Okay, cool. Where was it? Here.
Katie is saying, I have told you before about inviting Peter Friedrich. I believe he has really good info on Hindutva connections in the West, including Tulsi Gabbard. Yeah, I have this, and I think I want his contact information. Yeah, I'll look back into it. I definitely have this like in one of my notes. So I'll reach out to him. This is a year.
Awesome.
Do you think the U.S. meeting with Taliban and discussing over Afghanistan is disrespecting to Afghanistan legislative government?
I don't think they have a choice.
Yeah.
I don't really think they have any choice. The Taliban is just right. You can't do anything without the Taliban.
Yeah, this is after 18 years, remember. This is after over 18 years of war. And
there's no other way. There's no other way. Ghost Bunny.
What are your plans for 2021, assuming things are better and we can all start traveling and being in groups again?
More blasphemy. Sexier than last time.
Oh, man. My plan, I think that, we talked about in the last show, is that I really want to start an effort in the secular community to explore art, storytelling, more fiction writing, and projects like that to move forward with this rather than just doing like conferences and things like that. So I am kind of looking forward to it. But overall, like personal plans just when it happens, I want to travel. I want to research my next book. So I want to go to Jordan and Israel and Egypt because that's where a lot of it's going to take place. So that's the first place I'll probably travel. All right. Okay. Santara saying, do you see the U.S. heading for balkanization? The dual identities of the country seem irreconcilable in the long run. Baptist versus Wokadeen. Yeah, I don't know that much about this. Armin, do you?
I don't think it's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. Come on, guys. Come on. United States is gonna keep growing and keep getting. It's gonna become relevantly less powerful than other countries, but it's gonna still become more powerful than it was before. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay. All right. United States is gonna. It's not gonna balk.
I think overall it's going to be okay. I think the extremes happened a lot when you have extremes in power. You know, when you had Trump in power, that actually legitimized the cult a lot more, and extremes legitimize extremes. And I think that I don't think that's sustainable.
I think with United States went through a stress test with Trump, and it was perfectly withhold. Like you saw all the systems, all the checks and balances managed to keep everything together. Like you can see that this is a country that cannot go through a coup like the other countries. It's not like there's just so many barriers to things falling apart. Like you see that the infrastructure and the foundations of this country is way too strong. I think Trump was a perfect stress test to demonstrate that to the whole world.
Most liberals just still are not buying into the woke thing. It's very prominent. It's dangerous. Of course it is. It's toxic, but it's just there was a round rejection of that kind of thinking this year, even at the voting booths. So hopefully it doesn't get worse.
Hey guys, if you want to join these streams live, get your comments and questions read by Ali and Armin and the guests, and most importantly, to get full access to the full video versions of all these episodes, become a patron. Link in the description below.